Sorry I'm uploading so many videos kind of in the same time period. There's just a lot of things that I need to talk about. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about is self-image, and that's what this video is going to be about. So I'm just going to give you my personal background on my self-image, and I'm just going to talk about it a little bit. So when I was growing up, I was so skinny. I was the skinniest kid. I didn't play any sports. I didn't do anything. But I was a kid, and before I hit puberty, I was so skinny. And then I hit puberty when I was 13, and I blew up like a balloon. I thought I got so fat. I started having stomach fat. I didn't work out. I don't play sports. I've never played sports, and to this day, I still don't play sports. And I don't work out. And for me, I've always, I have, my own insecurities. Acne was one of them, but my stomach is one of my biggest insecurities because I know I'm not slim, and I know I have a muffin top, and I know I need to, get out and do things to not, have that anymore. But you're the only one who can change your self-image. And what I want to say is, honestly, no matter how big you think you are, no matter how insecure you are about something of yourself, I'm telling you, everybody has it. Everybody has something wrong with it. You think, oh yeah, this girl, she's so skinny, she's so tall, all the boys like her, she's so pretty. Well, that girl has an eating disorder, I'm just saying, that's just an example. People, you don't know what they're like. That's why I've learned not to call people fat, because you don't know. That girl could be going home and, doing something to hurt herself or not eating, for a week. And it's just, that really, affects people, and how they think. I know when I used to get called fat and boys would call me fat, I would not eat. And I still don't eat that much to this day, and I don't have an eating disorder or anything, but it's I'm watching when I eat. And honestly, I don't care how big you are, you're beautiful in your own way, You don't have to impress somebody, Don't try and, do something for somebody else. Don't try and impress somebody, Try to just make yourself happy. Don't do anything for anybody else, is what I'm trying to say. Don't starve yourself to, look good for some guy or whatever, He will like you eventually, and if he doesn't like you, then he's not worth it. I'm just saying, you need to love yourself for who you are, and that's just a problem with so many people these days, is that they don't understand, everybody has flaws, everybody. And I'm really, really white, and I don't tan easily, and there's just people out there who, oh yeah, you think she has this, she thinks she has that, just another thing, you joke around, people say, the word gay as it is bad, and my beliefs on that is just honestly, don't listen to people. If you're gay, be happy, love somebody, as long as you're dedicated to them. I don't see why it's a huge difference, and I hate it when people say the word gay in a negative term, because it's that could be really offensive. What if some person who is gay heard you say that, they would be really upset. And honestly, I just want to make everybody happy, and I just want everybody to feel comfortable in their own skin, because I know how it is to be, to kind of be scared of yourself and to not have anybody to talk to or anything. And I mean, I, for one, I never have had anybody to talk to. I don't talk to my mother about certain things, and I do talk to her about certain things, and I have friends, but it's just you have to make the difference in your life. If you want to lose weight, you've got to eat healthy. You've got to get up. You've got to run every morning. You've got to work out. If you want to, do something for your planet, I don't know. If you want to recycle trash, then recycle trash. You're doing something. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You're still helping somebody out. You're still helping yourself out. Be nice to everybody. Don't bully people. People say, oh yeah, there's not really bullies in my school. There's bullies at every school, there's always those bitchy ass girls who are gonna sit there and talk shit. And for instance, me, there's this one girl, I'm not gonna mention her name, obviously, But, you know, I have a boyfriend, and she automatically assumes that because I Snapchat her boyfriend that I'm flirting with him. Well, first of all, he was just my friend. Second of all, I don't want your boyfriend, you know? And then these girls talk a whole bunch of crap and post all this stuff on Facebook. And that's another reason is Facebook. Oh, Facebook is so dramatic. I don't have a Facebook anymore. I actually deleted it because I'm tired of drama. And, you know, I've learned to live without Facebook. I don't like it. Um, it's not that big of a deal to delete it for me because it's not that important. I don't really need it. And I just feel like if you're nice to everybody, even if you're nice to everybody, there's still going to be people out there who do not like you. Just like me, I try to be nice to everybody, and there's still people out there who don't like me. Not saying that I'm nice, you know, I try to be nice, you know, I'm sure there's my off days when I'm in a bad mood and I'm not the nicest to everybody, but, you know, honestly, people perceive me as such a different person than I actually am, you know. And that just brings me to my other next topic, drinking and partying and smoking. So personally, this is gonna sound kind of weird, but my parents had me when they were both 21, and they were dating. They weren't married. And my dad, he was on drugs and whatnot, and they broke up. My mom and my dad broke up when I was a baby, and my dad, he got addicted to drugs, and he dated all these girls, and he finally met this one girl named Carrie, and they moved to Minnesota because her family lived there, and he lived there for 8 years, and he always told me when I was little, this was when I was little, that he was going to come back, and that he was going to see me, and he was going to, you know, he was going to send me a birthday present, a Christmas present, nothing. I've never talked to him. He never would call me. He wouldn't call me on my birthdays. He wouldn't call me on Christmas. You know, the only time he would ever call me is to tell me when I was 10 years old on my 10th birthday to not have sex and to not get pregnant because he was so drunk. And then his girlfriend has to call me afterwards apologizing for his actions. And honestly, I hate the taste of alcohol. I hate it. And I hate what it's done to my family. I've grown up and my mom would always leave me at my grandparents' house. I never had like two parents that loved me. I never had brothers or sisters, you know, so it's like I never had what a lot of people have, and I know a lot of people don't have that, what I have, but it's like, you know, my mom, you know, I love my mom, but she just, it's like, you know, they really weren't the best parents to me, and I didn't have them because of partying and drinking and drugs, and it's just like, when people say, oh yeah, you know, you should smoke, or and you should smoke, you know, and drink and party, you know, it's like, why don't I see you party? It's like, I don't party. I I don't like what it's done to me. I've seen it, you know, I've seen it right before my eyes. I've seen what it's done to people. I've seen how it tears people apart, how it ruins people's lives. And it's not something I want to take part in, you know, so I'm just saying, you know, just be yourself, you know, and party, you know, if you want, but I'm saying don't get hammered, don't do this, don't do that, you know, because a lot of people are like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just have one beer ends up to two beers ends up to three beers, you know, and then you have drunk drivers, and it's like, people just don't understand that, you know, what can happen, and it's like, it takes one to know one, but I mean, honestly, I've grown up and I've learned so much. I've had to grow up so fast when I was little. And it's like, you know, I'm looking at people and I'm like, seriously, like, you're just gonna be just like how my parents were, you know. And then girls, they don't even respect themselves. They don't, you know, if that's what it takes to be cool, like, to smoke and to drink and to party, like, I don't want to be any part of that. You know, people think that that's like gonna make you cool because the cool kids hang out with all the other cool kids that smoke and party and drink, and they all do that, and yeah, you're having a good time, but whatever, like, I can have a good time with my friends and not do all of that, you know. And it's just like, it just makes me so frustrated when people just get their lives thrown away, you know. I've seen some of my friends just drop out of school. They were completely fine, and they just drop out of school, and they don't go to school now, and, you know, they got so drunk, they have so many warrants out for them, they've gone to juvie, you know, just one thing or another, and it's like all because of something stupid like that, you know, and it's like you don't understand what it does to you like later on. So, I mean, I'm just saying be careful out there, you know, don't overdo it. Don't party up and, you know, do something that you're gonna regret. And if you're gonna do it, just do it responsibly, because a lot of people don't know, like, what happens. Like, you know, you could get raped if you don't do something, if you're not there, you know what I mean? So, I mean, it's just like you always have to take kind of precautions, and you have to kind of understand where I'm coming from, because a lot of people just don't understand. And I'm just saying, be yourself and take passion in what you love to do. If you love to play soccer, play soccer. If you are in band, then be in band. You know, don't try and fit in with other people just to fit in, because trust me, high school is 4 years, and then you're done, and you're never gonna see like half the people ever again. So it's like, what difference does it make? Just get through these 4 years. Who cares if you're not popular? Who cares if you don't have the most amazing, coolest friends or whatever? You know, it's 4 short years, and then you're done, and you're never gonna see them, and then it really matters, you know. So I'm just saying, just think about it and just be the best that you can be, because that's so hard for so many people to understand. It's just to try your best, because we're all out here doing the same thing, just wanting to live a life full of happiness. And it's like, but yet you're not even giving yourself like the rights that you should have, because you messed it up before. So alright, I'm done talking. This video is 12 minutes. Alright, well, thank you for watching. Comment, rate, and subscribe, please, and I will put out a new video tomorrow. Alright, thank you. Good night.